Hello students, in the previous lecture we have studied the LED blinking code, how to write a Arduino program for LED blinking, right? So in this lecture we will study how to write a program for push button. Okay, whenever we push the button, your LED should be turned on, and whenever we release the button, LED will be turned off. So how to write program for this application? The push button is a component that connects two points in a circuit when you press it. The example on the example on an LED when you press the button. So basically what is going to happen whenever you are going to press the push button, the LED is going to turn on. See, in this diagram, it is clearly seen this is how your push button looks like. And whenever you press this push button, what is going to happen? This LED will glow, and we have to write a program for that, right? So you will need the following components. First one is your breadboard. After that we need a Arduino, one push button switch, one resistor whose value will be 330 ohm, and one jumper wire, two jumper wires, and one LED. Okay, now we will understand the code, how to write a code for push button switch. Okay, so the first thing is that in the last lecture I have told you there how to define a pin. Okay, if you want to declare one of the pin as input or as output, you have a particular structure. With that structure only you have to define your pin. Int LED pin is equal to 13. Now see here we are going to require two things. First one is your input, second one is your output. Input is what? Push button is your input. Output is what? LED is your output. So here I have to define two pins first. For LED, I am defining pin number 13. Okay. And for push button, I am defining pin number 7. How to define it? I am just considering a data type integer. The name of the pin is given as LED pin. As I told you, name you can just give by your choice. Correct? Integer is the data type. LED pin is the name of the pin is equal to 13. 13 is the number of the pin. Okay, so what is the meaning of this line? Select pin for LED. To attach LED or to glow the LED, we are selecting pin number 13. So as we know, the LED have two terminals. One terminal of or cathode of your LED is connected to the ground, and anode of your LED will be connected to the pin number 13. Correct. Next up, we have a push button. So push button is connected at pin number 7. After that, I have taken one variable whose whose name is val. Okay, data type of this variable is integer, and the initial value is equal to 0. Now why I'm having this variable here, I'll explain that. After that, void setup rule, initial beginning of your program. And I told you yesterday, in void setup what you have to write, you have to define your pins, which pin is as which pin you are using as input and which pin you are using as a output. So you have to declare that. And we know LED is our output and push button is our input. Correct. So we can just define pin mode. I have yesterday also told you that it is Arduino, writing a program in Arduino is a case sensitive. Okay, so whenever you are going to write this pin mode, your M should be capital. Pin mode in bracket, the name of the pin. Which pin we are talking about? LED pin. So LED is our output pin. That is why we have to define it as a output. So this is nothing but your, like this output word is in your capital letters. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are defining LED pin as a output. Okay, next up we have to define push button as a input pin. So the pin mode, again you have to do the same. Pin mode in bracket push button, the name of the pin, push button, comma, it is a input pin. That is why you are going to write input here. Again it is in the capital letters. Correct. What is the meaning of this second line? That we are declaring our push button as a input. Correct. Next up, this setup, void setup is completed. That is why this closing bracket. Next up we have a void loop. Okay, void loop and the opening bracket of void loop. Now here what we are going to do, value is equal to, in this variable, see I have like declare one variable here, value val. So what data we are going to store inside that? Digital read push button. Whatever data coming from the push button, we are going to store that data to the val register. Okay, well, sorry, val variable. What I'm telling is, whenever we press the push button, there is some sort of data which is generated, and that generated data is stored in the val variable. Whenever we release the push button, there is some sort of data generated, and that data is stored in the val variable. Correct. So basically what we are going to do, we are going to read what is the status of push button or what is the status at pin number 7. correct? So that status of pin number 7 is stored in the val variable, correct? Now once we are done with this, val is equal to digital read. What is digital read? See, pin number 7 is your digital pin and we are reading data from that pin number 7, correct? So that is why we are defining it as a digital read. Again, R is capital. What we are reading, which pin we are reading? Push button, or you can just write pin number 7, correct? If the value of val, this variable, is high, if value is equal to high, then what you have to do? Value is equal to digital write LED pin low. See, whenever we are pressing the switch, we will get high value. As we get high value, we have to turn on or turn off your LED. It is depend on you. How you want to turn, or like in which operation what you have to do. Correct. So here what I am just doing, whenever I receive high data from the push button, whenever I press the push button, my LED will be turned off. This is my assumption. You can just turn on LED also. That is up to you. Okay. So the thing is that whenever we receive data from the push button, our LED should be act according to that data. Now here what we are doing, data of push button is high. So if data of push button is stored in the val variable, if the value of this val variable is equal to high, my LED should be off. And how to write LED off? Val is equal to digital write. What we are going to do? We are going to write the data on which pin? LED pin, correct? And what is the data? Comma low. Low is the data. That means LED will be turned off, right? If val is equal to high, you have to write this. Else, what you have to write? Digital write LED pin comma high. See, the simple thing, whenever your push button is providing you the input, if value of push button is high, then you are turning off the LED. Else, you are turning on the LED. Simple. And how to turn off and on LED? See, if you want to turn on the LED, you have to provide the data. You have to write the data. Correct. That is why we are using this function digital write. Okay. Whenever you want to read the data, then in this case, digital read is the function. Correct. Now how to write the function, or how to write a pin? Digital write comma, in bracket, LED pin comma low. So what is the meaning of this line? The LED, we are writing the data on LED pin, and what is the data? The data is low, and this entire thing is stored in the val variable, correct? So this is the program, how we are using this push button, push button to turn on and off the LED, correct? Once we are done with this, we have to move forward, and we have a very important parameter of your Arduino, which is serial port communication. Now what is serial port communication? See, the very simple example, that if you connect your mobile phone and laptop with the help of USB, okay, just listen carefully. What I'm telling is, if you connect your mobile phone to your laptop with the help of USB cable, then in that case, whatever is the communication happening between these two devices, that is called as a serial communication. Right. Now there are two types of serial communication. First one is your synchronous, second one is your asynchronous. Correct. What is synchronous? The two devices working in sync. Okay, if the first device is sending the data, second is receiving the data at the same time. So the devices which are connected, they are operating in a sync. Correct. So same clock is applied, or same clock is used between both the devices. Now what is asynchronous? Asynchronous means they have their own characteristics, they have their own clock pulses, they have their own performance criteria. So basically in case of synchronous, both devices are sync with each other. In case of asynchronous, both devices are not in sync with each other. Simple, right? Now it is easy to find out if a device is synchronous or not. Like if you want to know is whether your device is in synchronous mode or asynchronous, no, in asynchronous mode, then it is very easy. If same clock is given to all the connected devices, then you can say it is synchronous. If different clock is used for the devices which are connected, then it is called as asynchronous. Correct. For example, in case of Arduino, we have a UART communication module in Arduino. Okay, so what is UART? It is universal asynchronous receiver transmitter. Okay, in case of Arduino, we have two types of serial communication port. First one is your UART, second one is your USART. What is USART? See here, UART and or USART. What is USART? Universal Synchronous Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter. Okay, now on the Arduino board you have two pins. One is your transmit pin, another one is your receive pin. Transmit pin is denoted by TX, receive pin is denoted by RX. Okay, now see, transmit is TX and receive RX. Right. So this is how we can just declare or denote the receive and transmit pin in case of Arduino. Okay, now we will see how to write a program for serial communication with the help of Arduino. If you want to establish a communication serially in Arduino, then what type of program we should write? Okay, so the first thing is that serial read is the function which we are going to use. Okay, there are multiple of functions. We have seen analog read, analog write. We have seen those pins or we have seen those functions. Next function we are going to deal with is the serial read pin. Okay, now what is serial read pin? If you want to read data which is coming serially, okay, in case of Arduino, we have a serial communication and whatever is the data which is coming serially, that we have to read the data. And for reading that data, we have to use this serial dot read function. Okay, now the code is very simple. Void setup, initially we will set up the program. Void setup is there. After that, serial dot begin. Now this is what is the function. If you want to initiate or if you want to start the serial communication, you have to write this serial dot begin. Okay, what is the thing? Whenever you want to establish a serial communication or whenever you want to start the serial communication, you have to explain this serial dot begin. Okay, in bracket 9600. Now what is this 9600? It is the baud rate which we have studied in the first semester, sorry, first chapter. What is bit rate, what is baud rate? Just recall it. Okay, now what is baud rate? It is a number of symbols or number of signals transmitted per unit time. Okay, so 9600 bits can be transmitted in a 1 second. That is what is the serial, that is what is the baud rate of your serial communication. Now you have to understand one thing here. If you are connecting two devices, see, this is my first device, this is my second device. Okay, if you are connecting these two devices, then baud rate of this system should match the baud rate of that system. Okay, if there is a mismatching of baud rate, your data may lose. You will not be able to transmit your data with the 100% accuracy. Correct. So, if you want to establish a successful communication between two devices, you have to match their baud rate. This is very, very, very compulsory thing. Okay. Next thing is that void loop. Again, we are starting the loop. Inside the void loop, what we are going to write? If serial dot available. Now, what is this? If, like, your Arduino is going to do what? It is continuously checking for the data, whether there is any kind of data on my serial port or not. Okay. Arduino will do what? It will continuously check for the data on the serial port. Serial port, if serial port is having any data, then it will show signal. Right. Now we will see how it shows. First thing is that what is happening right now? Arduino is checking for the serial port whether there is any kind of data or not. Okay. If serial dot available, that means on serial port, if there is a data available, then what we have to do? We have to print serial dot print. Okay. So we are going to print that data, whatever is available on the serial port. Correct. So the thing is that on the serial port, if we have data, our Arduino will indicate how it is going to indicate. The receiver LED on the Arduino board, there is a transmitter and receiver. These two types of LEDs are present. So what is the function of receiver LED? Whenever Arduino is receiving the data, it will blink. What is the function of transmitting LED? Whenever Arduino is transmitting the data, it will blink. Okay, now here Arduino is continuously checking for the serial port. On the serial port, if there is any data present or not. If on the serial port there is data present, okay, so on serial port, if there is a data which is present, then in that case, what to do? We have to print that data. Simple. How we are going to print it? First thing we'll write serial dot print in bracket double quote I received dash. Okay, so suppose I'm sending 1 2 3, these three digits on serial port. Now how it will print? it will print like I received. So I am just creating a shortcut. I received double dot 1 2 3. Okay, this is a default function. I receive dash and the next data whatever the serial port had. Correct. And last thing, we have to write that. So we have to write that data somewhere, no? So that is why we are using serial write function. What we are writing? The data which is obtained on the serial port. Correct. So what we are writing is serial dot write, serial dot read. Whatever the data which is present on the serial read pin, that data will be print with the help of serial write. Correct. So this is all about your serial port communication. This is going to be very important as well as it is kind of easy thing. Correct. Next up, we have a function blocks, analog read function and analog write function. So maybe we'll discuss these two functions, and there is one program, that intensity control of LED with the help of pulse width modulation using analog write function. So we will discuss those programs and this concept of analog read and digital read in the next lecture.